I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We have Nikulas Wraith here. Hi.
Hi, how's it going, Eric?
It's going great. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, Eric. Once again, thank you very much for allowing me some of this time to get to be on your show. My name is Nikulas Wraith. I'm your friendly virtual phantom assistant on your PC right now, downloading all of the wonderful fun stuff and spreading nothing else but just good humor.
I appreciate you coming on. So how long have you been in everybody's computers?
Let's see. I guess you can probably say I've been dormant for quite some time, but only recently have I been getting a little bit more into everyone's data here and there. Just only for the gaming stuff. That's about it.
You haven't been corrupted, have you? I don't have to run any antivirus, do I?
Not yet, at least. But there is another version of me that is corrupt.
Wonderful. I'm sure I'll pick that up sooner or later, given my luck with these things. So what made you get started with the VTuber and stuff?
Honestly, I cannot fully remember how I got started with the VTuber stuff, but the idea of Nikulas Wraith coming to be actually started way back when I was in the military in Hawaii. I was stationed over there, and it was around 2015 I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I see everyone else streaming and doing things like that. It seems kind of fun. Maybe I should try it. So in 2015, I had a friend of mine that came up with the original design of Nikulas. And he's actually the one that's in the Discord right now icon. So I've never changed that since 2015. And oddly enough, his name was supposed to be Nikulas Wraith instead, meaning for more of the Wrath of Nikulas.
Right.
But I fat fingered when I was making all my accounts, and it came out as Wraith. So instead, I ran with that and decided to go with the Ghost of Nikulas. And I didn't really get into streaming until, I'd probably say September of 2021. And that was just a little bit right after COVID. I was still in university going for my creative media degree. And my VTuber debut didn't start until the following year on December 31st of 2022, which now I celebrate as my New Year's Eve special, which I'm actually preparing for this December on the 31st.
Excellent. Well, we'll hear about that here in just a second. But the first of all, being in Hawaii, which is something that this Midwestern boy isn't going to be able to do, is something under itself. I mean, I don't think people realize just how far away you are from everything else in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, it definitely was interesting whenever I was stationed over there in the Navy.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed my time over there, and just to let you all know, it's a super, super small island, so everyone's practically living on top of another person.
Yeah.
So during my time there, it was really fun to experience that. And even right now, getting to travel the rest of the U.S. as well too.
Oh yeah. And my cousin was in Diego Garcia. And,
really?
Yeah. And you talk about a place that's really nowhere. I mean, folks, if you look at a map and you draw a line south of India and to one side of us, to the left side of Australia and the right side of Africa, and cross them together, that's where Diego Garcia is. and you won't be able to see it from there.
Gosh.
That's how far that is. So were you able to? I mean, you had to keep that separate from your activities, I imagine, while you were on the island. Are you still working around with the military, or can you even say that at this point?
At this time, I am no longer with the military. I am currently a 100% disabled veteran. I served 8 years, so I did 2 contracts. And after a severe injury that happened to me, I just couldn't really do a lot of normal work as I wanted to.
Mm.
So after that, I picked up a few different jobs. I went back to go be a school bus driver at my local school district.
Hmm.
And currently I'm truck driving, so that gives me the wonderful pleasure of getting to meet other VTubers and content creators while I get to drive to their state. So
Ah,
far, I think I've met about 5 or 8 VTubers right now, and I've traveled about, I want to say, 41 states total.
wow, wow! You've got the American Truck Simulator thing all in real life at this point.
Right, exactly. The only problem is that there's no reset button on it. So
No.
that's the only thing that stinks.
Yeah, yeah. My wife has been playing that on occasion, and she she's proves every day why she's never going to get behind a truck. No, no, you can't drive that way. You can't. I don't even know how you did that. It's usually you can't hit that sign from there, but uh, so
Normally you can't,
no,
but
no,
sometimes we just surprise people.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's something else. I mean, that's first of all, thank you very much for your service. Um, and I'm glad that you're able to find something that you can. That, are you enjoying? Obviously, sounds like you're enjoying getting around and moving around a lot.
Oh yes, I thoroughly enjoy it. It's probably the second most thing I enjoy next to streaming. And being on a hiatus since last year, December, after my New Year's special was over, it's been pretty hard. And so I'm going to be looking forward to streaming tomorrow, actually, about my trip I did to Germany
Hmm.
and getting ready for the New Year's Eve special.
Yeah,
But being able to just have the freedom to go and do whatever, it's been super exciting.
that's cool.
Getting to go see a lot of the US and bringing in new memories.
So, when you get a chance to meet these other VTubers, is there anything that strikes you about them, or are they as individual as their online personas seem?
I would say yes. A lot of my friends I've met so far, they have really matched exactly who they are online. Their persona is exactly the same, and everything about them is just as pleasant as I'd hoped whenever I play games with them online or even offline as well too. I've met my friends over inside Germany. Some of them I never have met in real life before.
Hmm.
And this has been over about maybe a couple of years of knowing them and finally pulling the trigger and saying, hey, let's go over and actually meet.
Hmm.
And they are exactly just as they are when they're online. And it's just so fun. It's a really fun experience.
Yeah,
And I have so many more to meet. So that's going to be the exciting part of it all.
yeah. That's great that you get a chance to do that and kind of see the person. So you get the person behind the model, but it's almost the same as the person with the model.
Right, exactly. It's like I can shut my eyes and listen to them talk, and I can just see their model right there in front of my face. And whenever I open my eyes, it's like you match exactly how your model is, and that's always the fun thing.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, what about you? Do you put an extra effort into being a person online as opposed to being yourself, or is it a little easier to be yourself with having the model out there?
I honestly would say it's a lot easier for me to be my real self, not only just with the model, but online in general.
Hmm.
Mainly just because in our society today, there's a lot of things that people look at and they can probably judge you for out in public. But whenever you're online, I feel like it's a completely different presence.
Hmm.
In
Yeah.
real life, I am Mr. So and so.
Hmm.
But when I'm online, I'm Nikulas Wraith.
Hmm.
A lot of my friends know me. My small little community knows me. And they know I'm just a fun-loving person that just cracks terrible dad jokes whenever I have an opportunity, and that's just how I am in real life.
Yeah.
But even whenever I'm online, it feels like I can kind of push the boundaries a little bit more and open up a lot more on other topics as well.
Yeah.
And that's what makes that, to me, a little more fun and magical, so to say.
Oh yeah. It's definitely. I think that you get a chance to create your own narrative when you go on. I kind of um, put it like you go from like when somebody goes from say high school to college, they're the same person, but the folks in the college don't necessarily know that in third grade you split your pants while reaching for your pencil. Everybody that you grew up with knows that, and so
Yep,
they have
that's
a
true.
yeah they have kind of a they have a kind of a predisposition as to what they're thinking of you. But these people, you get a chance to tell them who you are and where you come from, and you set your own boundaries and you set all of that. You have a lot more control, I think. Um, and even with just that, just the little bit of a model in front of you and you being you, there is a big difference.
There honestly truly is. It really is a big difference. And as I always like to joke, sometimes whenever I go online and I try to stream and be myself, I always joke and say, sometimes I just act like I'm only halfway there. And the reason I say that is because my model is not a full model.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a half model. And we're kind of a rare breed. So a lot of people have full models and I'm only a half. So a
Well,
lot of my community likes to pull the Lieutenant Dan stuff. So I can never escape my fate.
well, and for now, anyway. But what about the future? What are you? Have you got some bigger goals for yourself and your channel and your model?
Yes, I do actually. The past year, I've been working with a few artists and getting some ideas thrown around for a new possible 2.0 model.
Mm-hmm.
And as time progressed on a little bit more, that went into finding a live 2D artist and finding a rigger, which we are currently working on stuff right now behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting a little bit of artwork done. And honestly, the 2.0 model is just almost breathtaking. Inside my eyes, is breathtaking. It's a complete 180 from what my original model looked like. And a lot of the inspiration from my models have actually come from. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of Kingdom Hearts before,
Yes.
and some of the characters inside there.
Yes.
My original model was based off from Riku,
Mm-hmm.
and if you look at my model very carefully, you can kind of say, okay, I can see that a little bit here and there. Change the eye colors, a little bit longer hair. And with the 2.0 model, I wanted it to be a little bit more grown up, so to say.
Right.
So in a way, I kind of feel that as I keep continuing on as a streamer and as a VTuber, I feel that I'm still growing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want Nicholas to keep growing with me at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And his whole model is based off from Ansem. And definitely bad boy vibes, that's for sure. But he's got a whole different design, and it's really going to be turning heads, that's for sure.
I can tell you're looking forward to it. I can kind of hear the anticipation in your voice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I want this to happen now. That type
Oh
of
yeah,
thing.
I wish it could. I wish it could happen like right now. Like everyone's just waiting for me to come back to streaming, and my community just keeps saying, "Nick, when are you coming back? When are you coming back, Nick?" I'm like, it's gonna be December 31st,
Yes.
but I'm gonna cheat my hiatus and I'm gonna do a stream tomorrow and tell you how Germany went,
Yes.
and then I'm gonna go back into the void.
Yes. Somehow, Nicholas has emerged. Oh, swallow back up
Oh,
again.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that says scuff, I'm like, did you call my name?
Yes.
I heard
Uh,
someone call my name. Scuff? Yes, I'm here. What?
That's see.
But it's actually quite funny because a lot of people call me the Scuff Phantom for a reason because
Mhm.
whenever I join, something always seems to go haywire. So they say, "Oh, my OBS isn't working, must be Nick. Oh, my model's not working, must be Nick. Oh, this isn't working, must be Nick." And I'm like, I'm not even present in some of these instances.
That's
It's like, why?
you talk about catching catching an arrow when you're not even in the scene.
Exactly. It's
Wow.
like, what in the heck?
Yeah. Well, the it sounds to me like um, you are enjoying yourself immensely with this and going on and being able to kind of express yourself the way you want and not have to worry about so much about um, the immediate response of of somebody right next to you, it does allow you that little extra room to for lack of a better term, wiggle around in and
Mhm.
set yourself up. Are you with what you're doing here in having coming being ready to come out of hiatus and getting ready for the 31st coming up? Is this a result of you know being buoyed by the success you've had so far, or is this is that something else?
So for the hiatus that I'm on right now, I decided to do that mainly just because I had to catch up on a lot of bills,
Hmm.
and since I'm an over-the-road trucker, it just made it super hard to keep up with a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get out of debt
Hmm.
sooner rather than later, and then start going back into streaming a lot more.
Hmm.
That's hopefully the plan.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out, though.
Yeah. That that will catch you up in a hurry. Catch
Hope
up
so.
to you, I should say, in a hurry too. Um, and it's not it's that job itself. Are you independent? Are you with a company, or can you mention that?
Yes, absolutely. I can mention that, Eric.
Hmm.
It's a little bit of a mix in between. So technically, I'm known as an independent contractor, but I do work underneath a business.
Hmm.
So, for example, we'll call it um, Transportation Business One.
Hmm.
So I will go and call my dispatcher, and they'll say, hey, Nick, we have a delivery for you to go and take and pick up these RVs, take them from here all the way down to this location, drop it off, and go pick up another set.
Hmm.
And it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I honestly have never been in a job to where one, I can be my own boss like that.
Hmm.
Two, I'm able to get bukus of money. I don't know. Does anyone use bukus anymore? I
Hey,
don't
hey,
know.
if you have
But
it, you can use it.
exactly.
I
So
was
it,
in
it
radio.
definitely has been helping.
I was in radio. We never used that that term.
Oh, really? Never
No,
used it before?
no, because we never had that much money.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's interesting that you said you were in radio. If you don't mind me kind of switching the topic real fast,
sure.
how long have you been in radio? I'm kind of quite curious on that.
Well, I was in radio for 35 years, um,
Wow.
from age 18 until 53, and it was a lot of fun. There was not a lot of money, and unfortunately, as of about 7 years ago, um, I had to get a job that actually had money because sooner or
Mhm.
later you have to pay one at least one of the bills, and
I understand you.
yeah, it has to they sooner or later they do find you eventually when that happens, um, and kind of local radio here in the U.S. Really took a hit with
Hmm.
COVID anyway. I think I got out at the right time. Um, there just isn't a lot of call for local radio announcers anymore, and I wasn't going to be a super major market guy by that age, so it was time to go get a real job. Yeah, which is so easy at
That's
that
a
age.
hmm
But
And
it was
honestly, I have to say, that is really incredible. They have that much years and experience with radio
mm,
and getting to have those interactions with the public as well too. That is really cool. And
it was so much fun, which is why I'm doing this now. I still enjoy meeting and talking with people, and especially interesting folks such as yourself and the all the VTubers that get a chance to. You're not going to get a more diverse group of people than VTubers. And
well, that's very true. I
yeah,
mean, we definitely are a very interesting breed,
yeah.
to say it the least.
Some people say the more you talk to, diverse it gets, but then someone is going to get that joke eventually. And I've been saying that now for almost 40 years. Someone is going to get that joke. But it's so much fun, and getting a chance to hear people's backgrounds and why they started doing that, and here you got a chance now with what you're doing to ease in and have people come in and share their selves with you, and you share what you want to share with folks, and interact with people online from around the world. uh, was that something you were really looking forward to when you started streaming? Was that a big part of it?
When I first started doing this, I wasn't really sure exactly what would come of it.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I really just wanted to have connections with friends
Mm-hmm.
here and there. I'm pretty outgoing for the most part, all things considered, but I am truly an introvert, not as much as an extrovert. I'm a switch in between.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wanted to do it in order to meet a couple of people either overseas or just make some new online friends and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, it's kind of blossomed into this whole community,
Mm-hmm.
getting to meet new people, getting to hear their stories as well, and eventually being able to go and meet them. And I never really foresaw that at all. It just kind of came around naturally. It wasn't any type of agenda or anything like that. It was just a natural occurrence,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it.
Kind of awaken that curiosity.
Right.
Yeah. It and being able to satisfy that curiosity a little bit just kind of keeps me going. I don't know about yourself, but I always want to know where people are coming from, why they're doing it. I want to know the talents that they bring to the table because we've gotten a chance with this medium to see so many people and talk to so many people we normally wouldn't have. And you're seeing that right away. Um, you've been able to meet people both online and in person now. Now that
All right.
you're wheeling around the all over the place. Um, uh, so tell me how big of that a change is that to you? You're kind of an introvert. I mean, would you have gone out and met these people had you not started with VTubing?
I probably would not. um, Mainly because I really feel like there's a little bit of intimate feeling when you talk with a person one on one and
Mm-hmm.
getting to know a lot more about them,
Mm-hmm.
besides just going out and just saying, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, having a good day? Hey, all right,
Yeah.
later, bye. Stuff like that.
Right.
But I feel like if I wasn't VTubing, I don't know if I would have the same attitude, so to say, to go out and actually interact with said person.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever you have like the online stuff going on, people get to cut loose, be who they are, and then you get to see like the real them,
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yeah.
So you're not really in an office setting, you're not surrounded by other people. It's just you, your gaming station, and a mic, and every single person inside the COD lobby just saying whatever they want, and you're like, wow, so this is really who you are now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And the comfort level is something too. Everybody's got their
It is.
own comfort level. Frankly, you have one of the more comfortable sounding voices I've heard in a long time. Um,
Hey,
uh,
thank you.
yeah, it's just it's an excellent voice. And it certainly does make somebody feel at home when they're talking to someone, talking to yourself. And
Mhm.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's interesting how you say that, because whenever I was in Hawaii, a friend of mine wanted to go and do a health and wellness product,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, we've tried online and all this other stuff, it's just not working. And I suggested, why don't we use radio? Everyone's got a radio, let's just do that. And she said, Nick, I can't go up there. I'll pay for it. You do it. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right. So I went to the local radio station over in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea that the actual news station over there, or the radio station, was all combined.
Mm-hmm.
So I went inside there. I talked to this young gentleman, and I said, "Hey, I'm here for an appointment to go ahead and do the commercial for my friend." And he said, "All right, well, go ahead and do it." And I did the recording a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "All right, I'll be right back." He came back in, and this older gentleman came out, and he said, "Hey, were you just doing the recording session in here?" And I
Yeah.
said, "Yes, sir." And he reached out his hand and said, "Hi, I'm George. I'm the owner of the radio station. Would you like a job here?" And I said, I didn't really see that coming.
Yeah.
And, he said, you have a really good voice.
Absolutely.
You got a great voice for radio. And I
Mhm.
said, thanks, because I know I couldn't pass with my face on video. So we had a good laugh about it.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
said, what's something that you like? And I said, well, I like your radio station. And he said, all right. And he pushed the microphone in front of my face and he said, if you had to do something right now, what would you say? And I said, well, I don't know, probably around the lines of, back on the top chart hits, this was AC/DC that they had performed live over here inside this area, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we have a nice, good classic, Eric Clapton with Layla. After that, we have Casey Kasem at the top of the hour at 9 a.m.
Well,
Casey's going to take over and do American Top 40s. And he said, here's my card. Call me if you change your mind. And I still have his card, too. It's somewhere around my house.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I would have given you, if I was still hiring in radio, I'd give you every chance to not make any money.
I love doing charity work.
Yeah. And believe me, it's charity after a while, but boy, there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
nothing like it. I mean, you kind of got a little bit right there of what it was, and the fact that you said that so absolutely naturally gives you an idea of how um, how rare it is to find somebody who's that comfortable with a microphone. You can have somebody with a really
Truly.
good voice, and they have no microphone presence whatsoever. Um, you've got that already. uh,
Hmm.
some
A
people
lot of
don't.
practice.
Yeah, some people don't need to have the 4 year college degree and to get behind the mic. And this it is a business where the talent will the natural talent will occasionally just win right out. Um, and it kind of gets frustrating for some folks who work their tail off and and don't have the primo stuff, but sometimes it hasn't. So if it really does make this particular medium very good for you, in that it still is very much driven by a person's voice and how they're able to bring across with their voice what they want to bring across. Um, so it was kind of made for you, wasn't it?
It almost kind of feels like it, and I never really thought I would slip into this so easy.
Mm-hmm.
And even with one of my previous jobs as being a narrator, they said, Nick, you would be perfect for being a narrator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't think so. And there was about maybe six of us or so
Yeah.
when I was over in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, just give it a try. And sure enough, I fumbled around for a while, and after about a month or so of getting used to it, I started going out and say, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nikulas Wraith. I'm going to be your narrator on this train ride. We're going to be approximately 5 more minutes until we leave our station. So go ahead and please pay attention closely to the rules. Rule number one, and just so on and so forth. And they said, Nick, you were great at this. The people love you. You seem to do a really good job.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. It just falls out of my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
And with that instrument you've got there and the voice, it's automatically soothing. There's no sharp points. I call it that in how you present these things. Some folks have voices that'll scratch you every once in a while when you hear it. When it works for them, and everybody's got a different tone. Um,
Right.
yeah, but yours just settles right in there. Did you do any sort of speech or anything while you were in school?
I never did actually. I did have to take one session of speech class
Hmm.
whenever I was in high school,
Yeah.
but it's a little ironic because I'm a dyslexic, so a lot of the
Mm,
words bounce around,
yeah.
and I also had speech issues.
Mm,
So just over years, I guess I kind of learned how to work my words in a better way, so it doesn't seem like I'm being redundant on certain things.
mm,
But one thing that really kind of made me focus a little bit more is kind of just controlling my breathing from time to time. Like whenever I'm streaming,
hmm.
I'm on a completely different, area of the playing field. So, so normally whenever I'm talking, it's a lot higher pitch, a lot more higher pitch over here.
Nice.
So whenever I go live and say, hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Nikulas Wraith. I hope you're having a wonderful, fantastic day today. But whenever I'm in a different environment and it's a lot calmer, there's nothing, immediately exciting happening to where, it gets everything going so fast.
Right.
I go back into the slower tone.
Mm,
And I don't know if you remember '94 Disney movie Lion King. Of course,
Hmm.
I think
Yep.
almost everyone does.
Yeah.
The actor who plays Scar, Jeremy Irons, he was inside an interview, and someone said, "How can I sound like you?" And he said, "You have to be relaxed.
Yep.
You have to have space in between.
Yeah.
You need to present yourself in a certain manner. Don't rush anything,
Right.
because the more you hold it, the more people will be interested to inquire about you."
Hmm. Yeah.
And so I always thought that was interesting. So I guess a little bit of help with that,
Yeah.
especially trying to want to be like the bad person here and there. It's just there's just something about their voices. Like it's regal and it's just so defined
Yeah.
to where it's just like, oh, this person's the bad guy. You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
just tell.
It's attention grabbing. It really it lures you in, and the really great uh, voice actors and actors who have great voices are able to
Hmm.
do that. James Earl Jones, obviously.
Oh
He
yes.
again. There's a reason why David Letterman had him on saying words like "guppy" because I want to hear him say it. Morgan Freeman developed that sort of thing, um,
Hmm.
and it's sometimes it's how you don't say it, how
Right.
that'll draw people in, and it's if you can have that sort of thing come very naturally, and it sounds like it comes from you that way. Don't want to disparage the work that you've done in it, but it does come naturally, and it does make a big difference. Heck, I
Yes.
could see you getting voiceover stuff all over the place, and hopefully beating out all of those AI things that have taken over.
I mean, it would be really nice to get into voice acting. I honestly just don't know where to start at. That's always the problem. I can
Yeah.
do demo reels all day and all night,
Hmm.
but actually being picked up by someone, that's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you, there's people that I've interviewed here who have gone and done blind interviews, blind readings, and gotten really plum jobs. Um, and they didn't even know what they were reading for, and suddenly
mhm.
they're the lead role in a anime or something along those lines, the English version of an anime. It just depends on what they're looking for, and if you have a
True.
specific and oh yeah, I could see you doing a lot of stuff with that. No problem. You be you could be cruising along an interstate somewhere around this continent and doing a commercial for a certain product that you might be hauling at the time.
Possibly. I mean that would be a really good dream. It would start off from somewhere. So I totally would welcome that. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, just give me something in front of my eyes that I can read and that's it. I mean,
yeah,
as long as there's no big words,
mm,
I'm pretty fine. But
yeah,
if there is, then I need to spell it out phonemically for me to actually pronounce it.
yeah. That
That's
is.
that's the only catch.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be something. There's somebody's going to throw in something or they're going to write some absolute nonsense sentence in the copy. Oh, I got to share this story real quick. The last station I
Go for
worked
it.
for, they hired a salesperson who had absolutely no experience whatsoever, and she wrote her first commercial and handed it to me to record. And I'll be I'll be Tesla himself if she didn't come up with the first line to this commercial. The first one she wrote is, "So you're traveling down the road trying to loosen your load." I just about handed it to the boss. Can I do this one and just write it myself? So, it's a good thing she wasn't listening to like Ozzy Osbourne or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. Kind of sounds like some good America right over there,
Oh boy, she
standing on the corner in
yeah
Winslow, Arizona.
yeah, that's exactly
The
what it
finest sight to
was.
see.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she did not last particularly long. She wrote one commercial about a beer making kit that was being sold here locally, and said she said in the commercial to bring it to the high school game. No, don't bring it to the high school football game.
You can be like, you can't do that. You're not supposed to do that.
I mean, you can, but you're not supposed to promote that sort of thing. Uh, she was nice lady. I'll say that. It's best.
Creative.
She's very creative when she's listening to music.
Hmm.
Very Melly Vanilli of her to do that sort of thing. But it's a hit and miss with that. But when you've been on
Hmm.
stream, what do you like to do? What I mean, do you play certain games? Do you have certain types of streams that you like?
Yes, some of my streams I do enjoy doing is my just chatting sessions.
Hmm.
I have actually heard from a few from my community that say they tune into my stream just to hear me talk. A
Hmm.
lot of them had me in the background as they're doing work
Hmm.
or something else in between. Some of them actually listen to me while they're actively going to sleep. They
Hmm.
say you have a very nice, warm tone, and it's just very soothing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll just read something out loud, and they'll say, just read me anything.
Yeah.
And I'll say, okay. And I'll just, look at something and say, upcoming guest, if you could,
Yes.
please either send me a transparency or picture of your model and
Yes.
logo for the thumbnail. Alternatively, it would be great if you wanted to show off your own skills in creating a thumbnail for yourself. I will post the logos here to use.
Yeah. Hey, I remember that. And
Yeah.
the author was really talented. Whatever happened to that person?
Extremely talented.
Uh,
But the other things I do outside of that, I am a variety streamer, so I do like playing a whole variety of games, either if it's first person shooter, if it's co-op, if it's a puzzle game, anything like that.
mm-hmm.
I truly love puzzle games. Any type of escape room stuff absolutely have my attention. I love puzzle games beyond nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible when it comes to shooter games. I can't be that fast. My reaction time is not that quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It probably may have been 15 years ago, but not now.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it. uh, I mean, I was if you had me on the old Commodore 64, I was okay. Maybe in the arcades, I could shoot up a little bit. Nowadays, Fallout New Vegas is perfectly fine for me. It
Oh yeah.
helps you aim.
Oh God.
I'm good for
Mhm.
that. I'm good for that. I could play that game right now if it was set in front of me. Um, for so for you, it's a variety, and you're getting just about every
Correct.
type of experience you want with it. I mean, is there something you haven't been able to do yet that you'd really like to try?
Finding a girlfriend.
I am no help. And unfortunately, I can
Just had
tell.
to throw that out.
Unfortunately, I can tell you, it wasn't until my 40s that I learned that second dates actually exist. Uh,
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
so you are someone I can go in reference to. Okay, I need to
yeah,
take notes real fast.
yeah. And the first time I got a second date, I married her. So there you go.
Hey, congratulations. I'm very happy for you on that.
Thanks, because I married a redheaded Hoosier on purpose, and and now I don't have any hair, but that's a different story.
But hey,
uh,
we still got our good personalities. That's
yeah,
always the best part.
yeah. So somewhere I keep that thing. I don't know where it is, but I'll find it sooner or later. Uh, so for you,
Probably filed somewhere.
somewhere I'm sure. I'm sure she's got it somewhere. She's cleaned up again. Um, so eh, do you have a goal other than coming back with a brand spanking new model and that? Is there a goal for your channel right now, or is it just kind of continuing to enjoy yourself and enjoy other people?
I would definitely say right now, I would just like to enjoy myself and keep doing this as a little bit of a hobby, so to say.
Hmm.
I do have a business that I'm working with right now. It's It's an entertainment business, and the whole purpose of it is to help other people who are interested in VTubing or are curious about VTubing. And my whole thing is to help them understand this is what VTubing is.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in different colors, different flavors,
Right.
being a PNG tuber, being
Mm-hmm.
a GIF tuber, live 2D,
Mm-hmm.
3D, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And really just building off from that a tiny bit as well too. But as for everything else, it's just taking this day by day, just having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moment whenever I start treating it as I need to stream at this time, I need to get this amount of revenue, I need to get this amount of merchandise sold, I feel like the fun is taken away from it.
Yeah.
You just kind of fall apart with pretty much what it is that you started with in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a trick for that if I ever forget my ways.
Mm-hmm. And is
One
it
of
it's not
one of
behind a
the
paywall, is it?
Oh, what was that?
It wasn't behind a paywall, that trick, is it?
Oh no, thankfully it's not. Who do you think I am? Almost EA? No, I'm just kidding. EA, please don't come after me. You make great games.
Ban.
No paywall behind this one. I think that this probably would be a piece of to almost any streamer that if for any point in time you forget who you are and why you're streaming in the first place, go back and play that very first game that you streamed or the one that you did before you streamed, something that has a lot of meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the games that I did was one called Tormented Souls. It was a horror game. I absolutely don't like horror games at all. They scare the shnikes out of me so very badly. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. Mortuary's assistant, all that stuff. Nope. Yep. But for some reason, I was drawn to that game. And there was one time I kind of fell off the wagon. I thought, I'm not getting these big numbers. I'm not getting these amount of views. I'm not having people interact. I'm having blank chats. And I started pushing myself a little bit, and I lost my way. And one day I said, you know what? I need to go back and live stream Tormented Souls. Mm-hmm. And when I did, it kind of clicked back in my brain. This is what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this to have fun. I'm doing this to make friends and have a really good community, bringing people together. And that's one of my secrets, I would probably say, if I could pass on to anyone else. If you lose your way, find that game that you started with. Find the one that really means the most to you. Go back and replay it and say, this is what I'm here for. This is why I started to do this. And I will always remember that from now on forever.
It's really something to talk with you, Nikulas. It is absolute pleasure. This time period I put out is not long enough. So I really going to need to have you back before you re-debut on December the 31st. So we can hype it up a little bit more for you. We're going to have all the links in the description if YouTube allows me to do that this time without canceling me like they did a couple of weeks ago. And it'll all be there. So when you do come back full force, everybody will be able to take part in finding out this wonderful talent, and we're glad that you decided to share that with us. And I hope it's nothing but fun for you in the future, because it sounds like your fun is going to lead to everybody else's fun, which is good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. I really appreciate it. And again, for taking time out of your busy day and schedule to bring me inside here. So I really appreciate being here on your channel and on your show. And it's really made my day. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.